Hearing God's voice is not about striving harder or shouting louder. It is about quieting the noise within. His voice is not hidden behind walls of perfection or earned through flawless prayers. It is found in the quiet, when your heart slows down enough to listen. God speaks in whispers, in nudges, in gentle reminders that you are never alone. You do not have to be a certain kind of person to hear him. You only need to be willing, open, present. In the stillness of your heart, his voice finds room to speak. It speaks of love that does not waver, of purpose that does not fail, of grace that does not run dry. Sometimes, his voice is not new information, but a reminder of what you have always known deep inside. You are loved. You are seen. You are his. God's voice is not like the noise of the world, loud and demanding attention. It comes softly, patiently, inviting you to lean in closer. In the quiet of your heart, his words are seeds planted deep, growing slowly into trust, peace, and courage. Often, what keeps you from hearing him is not his distance, but your distractions. The busyness, the worries, the endless striving, they crowd out the space where his whisper could be heard. But when you pause, when you choose stillness over noise, you create a sacred space for his voice to rise within you. It may come as a gentle assurance, a sudden clarity, or a deep sense of peace that cannot be explained. His voice never condemns or shames. It calls you back to life, back to hope, back to him. He longs not to overwhelm you, but to walk with you, word by word, step by step. Learning to hear God's voice is less about mastering a skill and more about nurturing a relationship. Like the voice of a loved one, it becomes familiar over time as you spend more moments together. The more you quiet the noise, the more clearly you recognize his presence. His words often come wrapped in peace, even when they challenge you. They affirm your worth, even when they call you higher. God's voice always leads you toward freedom, never fear, toward grace, never guilt. Trust grows when you stop doubting whether he is speaking and start trusting that he longs to be heard. Sometimes he speaks through scripture, sometimes through a deep inner stirring, sometimes through the beauty of creation around you. Wherever his voice finds you, it carries the same message. You are loved, you are not forgotten, and you are being gently led closer to his heart. If you feel God's whisper today, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to hear more. Hearing God's voice often requires slowing down the parts of you that rush ahead. It means letting go of the urgency to solve everything, the need to always have answers, and choosing instead to be still and present. In the quiet of your heart, you realize that God is not in a hurry. His voice is not rushed or anxious. It is steady, timeless, full of peace. He is not trying to overwhelm you, but to gently shape you, to call you into deeper trust. Every whisper of his love, every reminder of his faithfulness, is an invitation to rest, to believe, to stay close. The more you practice listening, the more naturally his voice rises above the noise. You begin to recognize when it is his spirit speaking and when it is fear trying to lead you away. His voice always brings you back to hope, back to truth, back to him. There is a quiet confidence that grows when you learn to trust the voice of God within your heart. You no longer need to chase validation from the world because you have heard the only voice that truly matters. His words become the foundation you build your life upon, a foundation that storms cannot shake and doubts cannot destroy. Hearing his voice does not mean that life becomes easy. It means that even in uncertainty, you walk with assurance. His voice strengthens you when you feel weak, guides you when the path ahead seems unclear, comforts you when sorrow presses in. Every moment spent in silence, listening, becomes a moment of transformation. The world will still be noisy, but inside your heart, there will be a stillness rooted in the presence of God. And from that stillness, you will live, move, and breathe differently, carrying his peace wherever you go. The gift of hearing God's voice is not reserved for a few. It is offered to everyone willing to be still and listen. His voice is nearer than you think, softer than the noise around you, yet stronger than every fear within you. You are not left to wander alone. You are guided, spoken to, loved through every step of your journey. As you make room for silence, as you open your heart without agenda, you will hear him more clearly. Sometimes in words, sometimes in peace, sometimes in a quiet knowing that you are not alone. Trust that even when you hear only silence, God is still speaking, still calling you deeper, still leading you gently forward. Today, you are invited to listen with your heart, not just your ears. What is one way you can create a quiet space to hear God's voice more clearly this week? Share your thoughts in the comments below.